The morning sun barely peeked over the hills of Willow Creek, a quiet suburb in Northern California, when I stepped onto my back porch on August 15th, 2024, clutching a steaming mug of coffee. I just returned from a grueling 3-day work trip, my body running on fumes from airport pretzels and lukewarm lattes. All I craved was the soft rustle of my Japanese maples and the gentle splash of my koi pond. Instead, my eyes were assaulted by a neon nightmare. My $8,000 cedar fence, meticulously installed for privacy, was now a canvas of garish pinks, electric blues, and lime greens. Scrawled in massive, cartoonish letters were the words Melissa's Law, with a devilish caricature of me complete with a unibrow, horns, and a spiked tail grinning smugly below. My heart sank. This wasn't just vandalism. It was personal. I stormed around to the front yard, where my neighbor Melissa was calmly hosing her roses as if the world hadn't just tilted. Her 16-year-old son, Tyler, sprawled in a lawn chair, hoodie slipping off his shoulders, scrolling his phone with earbuds blasting. "Melissa," I called, trying to keep my voice steady. "Any idea who turned my fence into a comic strip?" She glanced up, her smile syrupy sweet. "Oh, that? Tyler was just being creative. You know how kids are full of spirit. Honestly, your fence was so bland." He made it pop. My jaw clenched. Bland? That fence was a custom job, worth more than her car. Creative? I pressed. He defaced my property. She laughed, waving me off. "Don't be so uptight, David. It's just paint. There's no rule against a little art." I wanted to scream, but Melissa thrived on drama, and I was too exhausted to feed her fire. So I retreated inside, brewed another coffee, and opened my work laptop. I wasn't just some tech guy with a desk job. I was a contractor for a niche division of the Department of Defense. That bland fence? It wasn't just for show, it concealed a critical panel of a federal drone relay tower, disguised as ordinary wood to blend into suburbia. Tyler's little art project had sprayed aerosol chemicals over a climate-controlled system, triggering a breach alert. When I logged into the secure interface, red warnings flashed. The tower sensors had flagged the paint as potential tampering, and a hidden camera had caught Tyler mid-act, mask half down, laughing as he filmed for his social media. The system had already escalated the data to federal servers. This was no longer my problem, it was a national security issue. By noon, the quiet street was crawling with black SUVs and a sleek van topped with satellite domes. Melissa, in full HOA president mode, strutted out to confront the agents in tactical gear, her voice dripping with authority. "Excuse me, I'm on the board here. Can I help you?" An agent, stone-faced, handed her a photo. A freeze frame of Tyler spraying hacked the system in neon green on the tower panel. Her confident smirk vanished. "We need to speak with your son," the agent said. Melissa sputtered. "He's a minor. This is harassment." The agent didn't blink. "Ma'am, your son defaced federal infrastructure and posted it online. This is a national security inquiry." I stepped forward, not to gloat, but to verify my credentials. The lead agent nodded. "Mr. Harper, thank you for the alert." The AI flagged chemical residue on the panel. "Protocol escalation is active." Melissa's face went ashen. "This is about your fence?" she gasped, pointing at me. "You caused this." The agent turned to her, his voice like ice. "Your son endangered a military data link. Ignorance doesn't excuse the breach." Tyler, hauled out of the house with paint still on his fingers, froze like a deer in headlights. The neighborhood buzzed as HOA members pretended to trim hedges, phones discreetly recording the chaos. Melissa's reign as suburban royalty was crumbling. By evening, the stakes skyrocketed. Federal analysts traced Tyler's social media and found more videos, him climbing utility boxes, poking at fenced-off sites, and joking about secret government tech. One clip showed him unscrewing a panel he called a missile trigger, just a rusty maintenance box. But his clickbait captions like "Pentagon hacked" had caught the wrong attention. The feds issued a subpoena for his devices. Melissa, defiant, tried to slam her door, but the agents had a warrant. She went live on Instagram, ranting about government conspiracies and accusing me of being a spy. Her video barely hit 30 views before an agent, monitoring local chatter, issued a cease and desist for spreading misinformation about classified sites. Melissa was spiraling, and she didn't even know how deep the hole was. The next week, she doubled down, staging a protest on her lawn, a folding table, a Free Tyler sign, and a speaker blaring protest anthems. Tyler sat there, mortified, as she live-streamed her victim narrative. Then she filed a lawsuit against me, claiming emotional distress and unlawful concealment of hazardous structures. My lawyer nearly choked laughing. The Department of Defense backed me with an affidavit, video evidence, and chemical analysis. At the hearing, the judge watched Tyler's video him laughing, prying at the tower's latch, yelling, "NSA's got nothing on me," and dismissed Melissa's case in minutes. "You're lucky this isn't a criminal trial," he warned her. "Your son's actions could have triggered a far worse response." Melissa's face twisted, but she was silenced. Tyler wouldn't meet her eyes. The neighborhood exhaled, but Melissa wasn't done. She launched a Tyler's Redemption campaign, filming him planting unneeded flowers and picking up staged litter, captioning posts from rebel to role model. It reeked of desperation. Tyler, under federal oversight, had to film a public service announcement. I'd suggested it an educational consequence over legal ruin. In the video, he stiffly apologized, explaining the dangers of tampering with unknown structures. "Some fences hide consequences," he said, his voice flat but sincere. The video went viral on safety forums, but his old prankster fans ditched him. He was now a cautionary tale, not a rebel. Melissa's final stunt came at 3 a.m. when my tower sensors caught her creeping along the fence, filming with a selfie stick, whispering about exposing government secrets. I sent the footage to the feds. By dawn, agents delivered a final warning. One more violation, and she'd face charges. For the first time, Melissa stood speechless, clutching the envelope. Her curtains stayed drawn after that. Tyler, meanwhile, showed up at my gate one day, holding a homemade drone painted with "not a target" in my address. "Sorry again," he mumbled. He was learning coding, inspired by an agent who'd shared drone tech resources. "I want to build real stuff," he said. I nodded, sent him some course links, and watched him walk away a kid, trying to rewrite his story. Melissa's house went up for sale soon after. No one threw her a goodbye party. As her SUV vanished down the street, I stood on my lawn, nodding once, closing a chaotic chapter. The feds upgraded my fence-erator blocking panels, hidden cameras and garden lights, and a sign reading "Respect Boundaries." The neighborhood was calm, the tower humming quietly, my bourbon tasting sweeter under the stars. Fences don't just keep things out, they protect what matters. Melissa never got that, but we did. Now, tell me, was Melissa a victim of overreach or a reckless instigator? Should Tyler face harsher consequences, or was redemption the right call? And what would you do if your neighbor turned your life into a federal circus? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild stories.